Okay, hi again everybody, it's only me, Wushu Richard. I want to say everybody, okay, in this video I'm going to talk about the way of the ninja, okay, the ninjas, okay, ninja, however you want to pronounce it. To me, okay, I think there's no other real, if you're talking about martial arts, I'm going to make this simple as possible, okay, in this video. To me, it's the best way of all. I'm not saying that in this day and age everybody should be doing that, or it's right to be training to be a ninja in terms of, you know, following the ninja way, to be an assassin, killer. I'm not talking about that, okay? That's the ancient way of the ninja, you know, groups. What I'm saying though is, if you're talking about martial arts, first of all, using the philosophies in a positive, productive way to uphold peace, you know, and safety and health and all that, and logic. You know, you can say that Kung Fu is everything, you know, like Jackie Chan even say, you know, everything's Kung Fu. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, if you're talking about if you're talking about combat, first of all, martial arts, when you translate that, it means, you know, martial arts is literally a fighting thing. If you're talking about the fighting side, right, combat, war, warriors of you know, ancient times, then you've got to really look at it, right, like this. I'm not talking about going down to clubs and sport and all this like today for hobbies and this or that, or even ring fighting. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about martial arts, okay? If you're talking about in this day and age, like now, if you want to take the true, you know, essence from the martial arts, I love so many martial arts, as you know, like Tai Chi. Yeah, Tai Chi, they say, is like the grand ultimate fist. He's talking about, I mean, ancient, I'm talking about in the history, he's talking about you become literally the embodiment of the yin and yang, okay, yin yang, okay, in Mandarin Chinese, okay, and actually being one in harmony and balance with nature, you know, and everything, the universe, right, I was talking about, right. But so that's great. But then for me, I love my Wing Chun also. I don't know, like Yung Chun Chun, as you know, Wing Chun, okay, I love very much. It's very direct. But then again, boxing might be good too. It might be a good, you know, way of fighting, just basic and going straight in, you know, with the skill. But you see what I'm trying to say? There's so many different martial arts, yeah? You might say, you know, you got bare hands, then you got weapons, then you got combat tactic, weapon, you know, soldiers and military, what you got these day and age, all kinds of skills they're doing, you know. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, if you're talking about, though, from the ancient times until now, if you're saying you bring the, in a positive way, I'm not saying for war and to kill and all the rest of it, I'm not saying that, of course not, okay, but what I'm trying to say is, okay, in realistic terms, I don't care if you're a soldier trying to get stuff done, you know, in the battleground, or if you're somebody else trying to live a normal person trying to live a safe life, trying to get by, you know, without any hassle, put it that way, okay. Whatever you do, you know, communication terms, this or that, you know, without wasting energy, without wasting time, which is what, you know, Kung Fu talks about all the time anyway. What, to me, okay, it's got to be the ninja. I know it might sound funny, the ninja way, the ninja. I'm not going to say like ninjutsu, and there's a lot of different kind of styles, like, I mean, the bare hand, tai jitsu, whatever, weapons and all this, and also other different kinds of training they did. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the true methods and logic of the ninja, like in the ancient times. To me, absolutely is the best. I mean, they were the best at getting things done. I'm not going to say to you, oh, their weapon skills are better than such and such Shaolin system, or like, you know, their hand techniques are, you know, I need to compare to like Wing Chun, you know, where Wing Chun's very direct and that really. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the ninja were literally winners. They were trained to win. If it was like one person or a group or whatever, they went unseen, as I've said before, undetected. You would never know who they were, where they were at any time. You know, if they were going to kill you, you would be already dead. You know what I mean? If they were going to get something, they would get it before you would even think about the need for protecting it or anything, and you wouldn't even know what. You wouldn't have a clue. They'd be controlling you. They'd be controlling your every movement, every breath in your body, and basically your mind, without you even knowing that. They'll be controlling how you think, how you set up your camp, how you set up your fort, your battleground, and your defence in your castle, just so they can go in through those holes. They wouldn't need to look for holes to go in, because they would set you up in such a way. Just like a good game of football or basketball would be anyway, you know what I'm saying, in the simple terms. They'd poison your tea, you know what I mean? They would give you, you know what I mean, they'd give you all kinds of, they would do so many kinds of tricks and traps before it would come hand to hand, or when they'd have to fight literally, or with bladed weapons and things like that, okay? Or even explosives like a lot of people speak about and things like that. Before there'd be in battle, they'd be in and out. They're like the invisible man, the ghost standing in front of you that you can't even touch because you just don't even feel the wind, you know what I mean, and they're standing behind you and you don't even know what that brush of wind up your back was. Was it you shitting your pants, excuse my language, no, was it, you know what I mean? You wouldn't have a clue, because they're doing it in such a way that you can't even tell if you're looking at the moon in the sky or is that reflection in the glasses, and hey, who was it that made those glasses for you? It was somebody else. It was a trick all along. They might have done something in your diet that's deteriorated, you know, paid someone that's somewhere along the line you know what I mean, you've been poisoned, you've been weakened, or they weaken your strategies in such a way. They might put itching powder in clothes or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, and you get what I'm trying to say to you, right? The ninja would do things in such a way that they would totally distract you. First of all, they would do things without you even needing, it wouldn't even matter if you was looking them right in the eye, you would never see them. But it's like they would still do something to distract you even. Probably just to play games, just to wear you down slightly. So they were like totally safe, 100%. I'm not saying that anybody is. Anyone can get attacked out of the blue. Anyone can come unstuck. Even the ninja could have come unstuck. Someone could just walk out and spot them, or whatever. Or you know, be caught prisoner, the murdered, whatever. But I'm just saying, okay. A lot of the time, okay, most of the time, because you got to think, if you're the one thinking something before somebody, if you're thinking something before somebody else is, before somebody's hearing it, you even say it, then who's going to be the fastest one? You're thinking about your actions now. How can someone really be able to react to that unless they're able to read your mind? You know what I mean? That's before you even start talking about how to deal with that and whatever. You know what I mean? Just like you're Wing Chun, say, for example, martial art, for example, yeah? You say, okay, you throw a punch out, a fake punch, just so he blocks it, and then you can go in for the strike, so you're setting him up, right? But let's say, before you even do that, you've got the idea in your mind. He's not even aware of that. So you've already won. But it's like you've got to get the thing done. But would you necessarily need to go to fight him and beat him so that you can get in the door, so that you can go and blah blah blah, you know, or prove this to someone else? You don't need to so many steps. The ninja would go straight the fuck in with the least heavy, you know, hassle on their back. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have to carry heavy things in. They'd do things in bits, bit by bit. Or they'd find another way of getting the whole thing across rather than bit by bit, you know what I mean? So the ninja were getting things done. They were 100% safe, the way I see it, in terms of the basic terms I'm saying. And then they still had other tricks up their sleeve. So they're up to 200% or whatever, you can imagine, for what to do. They were trained killers, trained militant women. You know, they were really... You know what I mean? But they were like wise, and they were never going to go and fight on straight away. It's like a long time ago, you know, I was speaking to one of my friends. I won't say the name here, but I've been speaking to a lot of my good friends online. Hi guys, who do like ninjutsu, are very interested in the ninja arts. But me, I love my kung fu and I love all martial arts. But what I mean is like, this person said to me, they said, Richard, you know, they was explaining to me, and it's true, out of respect, I won't say the name here, but I was like, I was saying to this person that I love the taijutsu, the bare hand skills of like ninjutsu, because I'm very interested in that, Hapkido, Aikido also I like very much. But it was like the person said to me, Richard, I said, Richard, it's good in that, but the ninja, in this person's terminology, said the ninjas, right? Ninja would basically not be going in with their basic hand skills first of all. That would, if they had no weapons, because you're supposed to learn weapons first in those arts. It's the other way around. Although, like in basic normal most martial arts, like weapons are like the extension of your body. They say anyway, and it all is anyway. And the hands come first, close to your body. But it's like this guy said to me. This person said to me, Richard, if the ninja had no weapons on them, then it would mean they're in a very bad situation, a very dangerous situation. You would rather have your sword, your weapons, your knives, swords, at a longer distance. It'd be bows and arrows. Going back to the ancient times, this is all true, and the wisdom, way they're tracking, and paths and setups and traps throughout the forest and things like this. To catch their prey. Again, Crooked Ninja was talking about, Crooked Ninja 5 was talking about like trip wires and things like this, very good. And this kind of other knowledge, and disorientating your enemy and things like this, very wise and tactical soldiers they were of the time, really. And the ninjas would be like that. They would trick you in ways, and it wouldn't be like they would go straight into battle, they'd have to fight. Risk their life in that way. That would mean that they've been caught, come unstuck, and that's so true. I understand this totally now, and it really does make sense. So what I'm trying to say, okay, to everybody is, I'm not telling you to be a ninja as such, to go out there, in that way. But it's very interesting because, like martial arts, we talk about the moral, respect others in all martial arts, okay. And you can find it even in like Budo and Bushido, and even in the samurai code and that, with the 7, whatever they say, disciplines and things that they had to follow, learning many different kinds of skills, to carpentry, whatever it might be, medicine, team making, whatever they used to do. I'm just saying, art. You might be a musician, you might be an artist. You might know about medical healing and stuff like that, medicine, woodwork, building, knowledge. Other languages, other skills. The ninja were versed in so much, and so many different forms of camouflage and philosophy. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Not only camouflage your clothes, but camouflaging and acting and all kinds of things. You see like Stephen Hayes talking about things like this too, And I'm a massive fan of all that, and the Hatsumi and all this, I'm not so up in the terms and knowledge or experience and skill in the ninja arts, I must say. But it's very, very fascinating, and I love what I've seen of it all, and I learn what I know about it. And I feel, to me, definitely, I want to be more like a ninja myself. I'm not saying because I'm wearing black here, I'm in the hoods, and I just don't give a fuck because I got the goods popping you up in the face, and you're dropping down, bitch, shaking because you should, bitch, lost up in the woods, and I box you in the teeth, and you lost your jaw, shit. Now, what you go on and do when I bust you up raw? No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that, okay, well, I'm just saying, more raps to come. No, really, I'm just saying, it's like, to be a ninja, hold on one second, that's people talking in the other room. All I want to say basically, right, is like this. I think everybody should take a leaf from that page, from that tree, from that book of the ninja, to be more like a ninja in terms of, in a positive way. We should be trying to be more like, to be productive, I'm saying, uphold the peace, do good enough, avoid danger. Take the ninja's tactics totally to this modern day. It's on go forever, and say, to be safe, for self-defense, protect yourself, moral, justice, and all that. But it's like safety of yourself on all levels, and prepare early and be prepared, early on time and all that. Get everything. Cover every door, lock every, make sure your home's safe, make sure your path's safe, prepare many routes for your journeys in life, what you're doing, and see more, rather than just being simple, rather than just saying, I do a bit of this, a bit of that, or like, I do one system and that's it, or this is the best, or just going around comparing this and that. It's better, you've got to compare things in life sometimes and say, look at things, what's best, or what's better, what's better for you, works better, through practice and experience, as the best teacher anyway, of yourself. But you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying everybody that trained to be a ninja in terms of, everybody's got to do ninjutsu exactly the art, or as if from a school, or everybody's got to learn to be like a killer assassin. I don't mean that. I mean learn wiseness and to be multi-tactical and knowledgeable, and to get things done fast without the enemy seeing them. Don't let yourself be seen. Again, like the old philosophies in the old like kung fu TV series and stuff. Now, it says a kung fu man or a Shaolin man. It said it's like could walk through walls. It is said, looked for he cannot be seen, listened for he cannot be heard, felt he cannot be touched, and things like this. It's not only about when you're standing in front of your enemy, there's sticky hands feeling that, or someone grabbing you from behind, how to chuck them over and all this, or how to fire a gun. You know what I mean? It ain't about that, or how high you can kick somebody up in the head, or your whatever it might be, even your physical physique. How far you can run and how fit you are. All this has got to be trained, or your skills maybe, but it's like, you can do more. Open your mind to what's capable of in all terms. I mean, there's always more that can be done, and then practice and learn from the experience and study. Take notes down, literally with a pen or on a computer or a phone. Use the modern technology. The ninja were very high tech at the time. They used to try to use. They're always ahead of trying to get the best camouflage, or trying to find the best tech, to get things done. So using the modern technology is like that's what the ninja would have been doing anyway. You can imagine how deadly the ninjas would have been back in the day, or how this day and age still are if they're only about using the tactics. So the ancient wisdom with the modern technology, and then the human mind, and learning and knowledge and past experience through time and science is study, be a better you, and do good. Doing the right, do right, see yourself doing right, do right. It's like do right, do right and right will come to you. Good is a force of strength, weak, darkness, dark evil is a force of weakness, of none, so the whole, the flow, and that being like water, like yin and yang. I say yin yang flowing, where there's a space you flow into, where it's coming in, you need to absorb and let the negative stuff flow through a hole where you are not, and flow, and it says Tai Chi again, all of that, you see what I'm saying? So all these philosophies, all of it in, not just mechanics of how to move the body, but the total balance of life and harmony and philosophy. Study philosophies, read more, open your mind. You know what I mean? Love life, enjoy what you do. To all these philosophies, but to me, without the ninja mentality and applying that to your life in terms of for safety and getting things done efficiently without being seen and fast, if you're not being number one, you're going to be number two, and that's what it really is about. You don't want to get into fights all the time. You want to get done what needs to be done. Yeah? It's like if you had two routes to go, you want to go that way or that way, another way, right? To get to the same destination, two routes, okay? But this route has a lot of different zigzags and things in the way, blocking your path. You need to step over a table, over a bench, walk around a tree, step over some dog poop, go underneath a barrier. That would be very hassle, right? Wouldn't it, to do that, okay? As a parked car, you need to move around. No, you would rather, or you're like driving a car, whatever, and it's like there's roadworks. You'd rather go down the other route, which is straight and direct. Yes? So, it's about, you might say, well, there isn't one. It's like where there's a will, there's a way, or whatever. You just see where there's a way, see the route. If there's a route, there's a way to where you want to go. You know what I mean? And if you it's like, it's the same as that. If you believe it can be done, it can be done. It's like you've got to open your mind and imagination. But you might be opening your mind and imagination, and it's hard for you to get certain things done. And there's times in your life, with S, there's times in your life, more than one, where you're going to have difficulties getting certain things done, no matter how open-minded you've been. And you can only come to that true conclusion, philosophically and truthfully, that the reason for that is because you don't have enough experience to balance with this concrete truth too. So what that means is you need to study more, to be slightly more able, hopefully even slightly, towards doing more, or getting more of those situations, going through them properly and efficiently, then what you're going to really need to do is study all the other situations you're going through in your life and learn from experience and practice from making things happen. You've got to make these events happen, these things in your life. If you don't make them happen, if you don't do them, then there will be nothing to learn from them. And remember, the lessons you learn from these events are most important to your life, to all. It's not that you learn something, be it you win or you lose, and you learn this for this one situation. No. For you learn some knowledge. It's like a key, or a hand to the keys. It's like medicine almost for your health. It's like food for give you energy for your body and mind. Food for thought. It's like power boost. It's like you can do so much. You can open up so many other doors now with this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like how can I say to you? It's like a Super Mario, gives you a mushroom superpower. You can like jump higher. You're bigger, and you can jump higher now because you've taken this knowledge, this mushroomness, however. And that's good because now you can get to other doorways and other power-ups and goodies. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean necessarily that. It doesn't mean because of that you can get through the door you wanted to go in the first place, but you can get more from that, and more you can get to other places. And once you do that, you might even be able to come back with more power to go through that door even. See? So, learn from the ninja. That's not a joke at all. In fact, a lot of these philosophies, I believe, were there in used to like games and things about like characters in computer games, but you've got to think about it, that's kind of like real ninja tactic stuff. Before we had like computer games, before we had like cartoons, before we had movies, any of that, okay? All these fantasy stories we have about heroes and things we love, all these things we grew up on as kids, or playful stuff. You've got to remember one thing. All of this fun stuff is really coming from a true idea, true background in ancient times, as in war, battle. Real times when it was like heroes, and who was able to survive or get things done a certain way. So we need to take that out and say that it's not a game. Your life shouldn't be a war and exhausting, but it's not a game. Like this is real life. You can enjoy your life. You can relax, have fun. Yeah, fair enough. But be efficient at getting what you want done. Go straight for what you want in life. If things aren't working, go another way. There's always other ways. Don't forget that too. Don't to exhaust yourself and just stick one way. But it's like take this. You know what I mean? This with you, this understanding, this knowing of this truth. It's such a big world now. You're sitting there now, maybe watching the computer or wherever. Think about in the world now, somewhere in the wilderness, in the world, there's a monkey up in a tree sleeping. Or there's under the sea, how many kinds of living organisms under the sea right now? Or some kind of sleeping hippopotamus somewhere in this world now, that one that usually you would not think about. Maybe he's there drinking that water now. You know what I mean? That's how big the world is now. Wind is blowing through the trees somewhere in some country or some tropical island right now. And the clouds are moving through the sky now. And birds are whistling. This is real life. Someone else is in the world now writing out a story or something. Things going on in the world so much. So you don't need to worry in your life about one little problem or this or that, or to go to fight or to go to argue with so and so, blah blah blah. We got one life. We can do so much more with this one life than pick holes in little things, you know what I mean, and waste time and energy for ourselves, and thus in the process getting more pressure back, bringing ourselves down, wasting days, weeks, months and years on end, and bringing others down in the process too. So if you want to be a survivor, and got to learn some fighting tactics, martial art, fair enough for this day and age, I believe, for self-defense, and avoid dangerous confrontations if you can. But, you know, that's the whole thing. Just avoid negativity. Be positive yourself. When you want to get something done, try and go the direct route as possible. Try and make other routes if you can through different kinds of ways of seeing things. I know it might sound dumb me saying that in that simple way, but you really do it. Focus, and then also go back to your shield. Go back to your sanctuary, if you want to call it a sanctuary. Just go back home, get a good sleep each night, relax. Do something you like to do, you know, enjoy it. Don't constantly think about these ways and how to do things a certain way and how to win, and you'll make yourself very tired if you do that, okay? That's not the way. Just study from all what's going on, study on what you love. You will learn more about what you love doing anyway, because it's your natural interests, you know. So go that route if I was you. Always, really, and I do. Really, so go study what you want to do. Do more reading, you know what I mean? Literally, I'm not just joking, man. Get some interesting stories online or some kind of book. Think about what you would do if that was you, you know? Or watching a movie or to relax. But like when you're watching a movie, think about the story and what's being said in it, and think about, you know what I mean? See that, you know how you feel sometimes in life when you're watching a film and suddenly you feel so much better after you've watched it, and you forget about all your stress from work, and you know what I mean? So take it easy, relaxing time, you know what I mean? Get relaxed time for you, so take it easy. Don't really for stress, but relieve the stress, energise yourself. But I'm going to finish this video now by just saying be resourceful and make resources, if you know what I'm trying to say, yeah? Everything comes from you. It's you are the power. You are the centre of this universe. You are right there in the middle. It's you. All about you. You are it. Without that, without your attitude, whatever that may be, is none of this shit. But avoid the negative forces that are not part of you. Separate from it. You know that you don't need to connect with bullshit. Get away from it, okay? Be safe. So positive ninja kind of tactics for the real world. But you know, for a better, more safer life and world, okay? Thanks for watching. So for me, I think the ninja way, in terms of tactical wise, and the true ninja way of life, I'm saying, not just fighting art, as a way of life in the martial arts, I think the ninja were the wisest. They really, really were up there, and that's got to be said. I'm not saying little clubs or whatever's out there now. I'm just saying it truthfully, though. You can take that into real account, okay? And and Kung Fu for life, okay? Martial arts forever. Be real, y'all. Thanks for watching.